Let me give you just a little brief background on Mr. Connor Thomas. He's part of the Skyway division running the Champaign office. And he started in September, so after the summer of 2018. And when he started in September of 2018, he sold $11,000 that first semester. Then over that winter break, many of you guys know that we have a 2-week sales contest where you have the opportunity to win a trip over the winter break. So he took advantage of that. He sold over $10,000 in those 2 weeks, earned a trip to Jamaica. And then he finished that spring semester of 2019 selling over $25,000, earning his first scholarship. That summer, he sold $44,000 as an assistant manager. He earned his second scholarship of the year. That fall, he sold $22,000 as a student in campaign 3 to earn his third of 3 scholarships in 2019. That's a pretty strong year. His sales totaled $92,000 in sales. The following summer in 2020, he ran a branch office. And he was the number 20 branch in the company and earned himself a trip to Australia and New Zealand. And he's running another branch this year. He's personally sold $159,000, $408,000 in career sales. And right now he's running the number 7 branch in Cutco as his second time. One of the things I think is really relevant to many of you is that, one of the things he's most proud of is rebuilding his names list multiple times from multiple pushes. He's participated in tons of different push periods. And through that process, he's built up his names list every time to give himself that extra kind of oomph as he gets rolling. So without any more delay, Mr. Connor Thomas.
Thank you, Dane. Appreciate the introduction. All right, so I'm going to talk about going all out in August. And the reason why I'm giving this message right now is because for the past 2 summers, I have gone all out in August to set me up for 1, to finish summer strong, and 2, set up my campaign 3. So I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen as you have to mention you're gonna be sharing your screen. Actually, that is not how I want to share my screen. Give me 1 second. Yeah, I'm really excited to give this message. I was telling Josh, I'm fired up to give this message, so I'm excited that I can have this opportunity to give it to all of you. So going all out in August. All right, so first of all, I want to talk about why you should go all in August, okay? So some of you may be thinking, I'm going to ask you to go all out in August. And some of you may want to reply and tell me that we just worked really, really hard for 2.5 weeks. So you may want to take it easy. My response to that would be, imagine 5 years from now, when you have a full-time job and you work really, really hard for 2.5 weeks. What are you going to have to do? You're going to have to continue working really hard. So just keep that in mind. I'm not asking you to, do an SC2 push for the entire month of August. I'm just asking you to go all in August. So don't let that be the reason and that be the excuse as to why you don't make a lot of money this month. Because the first reason why is to make a lot of money. As of right now, you're the highest commission level you've ever been before. You're also the best at selling Cutco you've ever been before. You just went through this push. You just did many demos. You're the best at selling Cutco you've ever been before. So work hard this month and make a lot of money. And when you do this, I would also recommend setting up a withholdings account. As Dane mentioned yesterday, that is the Cutco savings account. It's a savings account through Cutco. I would set one of those up because when your money is out of sight, it's out of mind. You're not going to spend it. So when you make a lot of money this month, make sure you're putting some of the money into savings. Okay. Next part is you want to finish the summer strong, because how you do anything is how you do everything. You want to be the person who always finishes something strong. Just like Tom Brady, he always ends the season on a win because he's won 7 Super Bowls now. So shout out Gabby for recognizing greatness yesterday. But you want to finish the summer strong. Another thing is you want to keep the momentum going. Like I just said, you're the best at selling Cutco you've ever been before. You probably have the most recommendations you've ever had before. So you just want to keep going. Whether you're just out of training, you still have all these people that need Cutco. I remember after my SC2 push, I was probably averaging around 10 recommendations per appointment. And I did around 60 appointments. So I had, hundreds of recommendations. And the reason why I wanted to keep working so hard is I had all these people. I put them, this was before the Vector Impact app, before the Q app. I put them on a Google Excel sheet. And when I was making phone calls, I'd scroll through them like, oh, I didn't get to call this person today. Oh, I didn't get to tell this person about Cutco. So I was working so hard because I felt that I needed to help everybody get Cutco. And that's your job, is to help people get Cutco. You have all these recommendations. You need to go all out in August, do a lot of appointments, and sell a lot of Cutco to help people get Cutco. So that's another reason that kept me motivated, kept me working hard, because I had all this momentum. I wanted to help people get Cutco. Another thing is you need to create and continue those good habits that you've gotten from this push. As of right now, I'm sure you're all comfortable with working hard. This summer, I'm comfortable with working my butt off every single day. So you want to continue that going into August, continue that going into school. I was thinking about this, it was on Thursday, because I was like, wow, this will go perfectly along with my message. This summer, I've worked every single day. You know, some days I've taken, work less, I had a wedding to go to, but I'm not complaining about when I got to work on the weekends because I'm used to it. I was thinking about last year was my senior year in college, fall semester. I really didn't work on the weekends. I didn't work at all on the weekends. I also didn't do a lot of homework on the weekends. And I was so used and so comfortable with not working on the weekends that when I had to work on the weekends, it was tougher. But as of right now, you're all used to working hard. So just keep it going and continue that good habit of working hard every day. So now I'm going to talk about what this entails. So first of all, it entails hitting your goal. This is your goal. Not everybody's goal is to earn a scholarship. Not everybody's goal is to sell 15,000 in August. Not everybody's goal is to sell 10,000 in August. So choose your goal. And when you choose a goal, there's a couple Vector quotes that I love. One of the ones I like, and I say this all the time, is if your goal doesn't scare you, it's not big enough. Now, I'm not saying your goal is to sell $100,000 in Cutco. For some of you, it may be, maybe Zaxx's. But pick a goal that you're not comfortable with. Because if you're comfortable with the goal, when you achieve it, you're going to be like, nice. That wasn't too hard. But when it challenges you, when you're uncomfortable thinking about it, that's when you pick a good goal. Another way to think about it is choose a goal that's high enough where if you fall a little bit short, like let's say you don't achieve your goal, you're still satisfied with where you are. So choose a goal that challenges you and then hit your goal. Another thing is this consistency. As Daniel was talking about, Kelly is one of the most consistent people, and that's why she was successful with this job. Consistency is everything, everywhere in life. I'm reading this book. It's The Greatest Salesman in the World, or I've read this book twice now. Greatest Salesman in the World. And one of the scrolls that this person, he wants to become the greatest salesman. He has to read this scroll to learn how to become a salesman. And it is, one of the scrolls is titled, I will persist until I succeed. You will persist until you succeed. You will work hard until you're successful, because the rewards in life, they don't come along early in the journey. They come along at the end of the journey, at the end of your challenge. So you need to persist until you succeed. And another thing it entails is commitment. So yesterday, Quinn gave a fantastic message. She asked me in a breakout room. He was asking me, Connor, how do you stay motivated when business isn't booming for you? When you're a little bit down in sales, maybe this didn't go well for me. How do you stay motivated in each and every day? And I thought about it for a second, and then I was like, I don't know. I just show up to work every day, work my butt off, and then repeat it the next day. And I was like, I don't know how I stay motivated. I thought about it a little bit more, and I said, it's not motivation that keeps me going. It's that I'm committed to the process. I'm committed to running a branch office. I'm committed to running a branch office the entire summer. I'm committed to working hard. I'm committed to helping everybody on my team get the best Cutco experience they can have. I'm committed to helping everybody on my team grow. I'm committed to being a branch manager. So you need to be committed to hitting your goal, because motivation comes and goes. There's going to be a couple mornings when you wake up, you didn't get good sleep last night, wake up for Champs Club. Heck no, you don't want to make phone calls. You're not going to be motivated to make phone calls. But if you're committed to making phone calls, committed to hitting your goal, it's a lot easier for you to get up and do it. So now I want to talk about what this sets you up for. So first of all, get you on your DVM's radar. Like Dane was talking about yesterday, getting into TLA sets you up for everything else in the business. So when you're noticed by your DVM, they're going to want to keep you in the business. They're going to invite you to TLA. They're going to want to spend more time with you. I remember last summer, I finished the summer strong. I believe we were the number 2 branch office for the SC2 push, and we had a really big August. And I got a call from our region manager, Mike Muriel. And I got put on his radar because I went all out in August. I finished the summer strong. I got put on his radar. So work hard now that you can wait. You can be on your DVM's radar. You know, another thing that going all out in August will do, will set you up to win a scholarly in the fall. Okay. Since I went all out in August, I had so many leads, so many recommendations that I didn't have a problem booking up demos in the fall at all. It was not a problem for me at all. Another reason why I'm going to go all in August is to win a scholarship for the summer. But this sets you up for a scholarship in the fall. Okay. Another thing is you can work a part-time job, but you can earn a full-time income. Because what you can do is if you have all these leads, you can work 10 to 15 hours a week and still make over $300. Because if you go to the team meeting, there's 3 hours. Let's say your demo takes an hour and a half long. My demos take an hour and 15 minutes long. I'm just going to round up because there's some people who takes longer than that. I bet most of yours don't. If your demo takes an hour and a half long, you do 7 demos a week, there's 10 and a half hours. So 10 and a half plus 3 for the team meeting is 13 and a half hours. If you complete 7 demos a week, you'll sell $1,000. If you're at 30%, there's $300. So if you work 10 and a half hours a week, you're going to be making $300 a week. You know, maybe you have an extra 30 minutes of phone time on Sunday night or Monday morning. You know, you work 11 to 12 hours a week. So you can work part-time and earn a full-time income. Last year was my senior year. During the fall semester, I wanted to relax, enjoy myself. I just grinded my butt off for the entire summer. I didn't work on the weekends. I also didn't do a lot of homework on the weekends either. I didn't work at all on the weekends. So what I did was I enjoyed myself, but I was able to fit Cutco in my schedule because I kept the momentum going. And I went all out in August to set myself up to work part-time in the fall, but earn a full-time income. The last thing is this is going to help you do Cutco year round. One thing I've learned is if, let's say, you know, someone takes a break from doing Cutco, they start up school and in a couple of weeks, they start up school and then they try and add Cutco in on top of that. They're going to be telling themselves, oh, this is kind of tough. I don't know if I have enough time to do Cutco. So what you need to do is, you know, stay consistent, keep doing Cutco. That way, when you add school to your Cutco, you know, to your schedule right now, you'll just move Cutco around school. And then it's easier for you to continue throughout the school year. And then you can make money throughout the entire school year. Because guess what? If you're not in college yet, you realize you're spending a lot of money in college. And typically it's not on, you know, smart purchases. You're just enjoying yourself, having fun. So you have to want to make sure you can keep selling during the school year. So continually sell through August. That way, when school starts for you, it's easier for you to work Cutco around your school schedule because you're used to doing Cutco. Now I want to talk about how. So first of all, you have to create your whys. Quinn also used one of my other favorite vector quotes is, if the why is strong enough, the how will reveal itself. And that's very true. Because if your why is strong, the reason why you want to achieve something is so strong to you, you're not going to have to, you know, convince yourself to put in the effort. So right now, everybody just write down a reason why you want to sell out of Cutco in August. You can think about why you want to make a lot of money in August. Just write down a reason why. Why do you want to sell Cutco in August? Why do you want to make money in August? Why you want to work hard in August? So that's one of your reasons. And just think more on that later. My reason why is, first of all, I'm making 50%. So I make 0.5% of everything I sell in August. You know, you can't really have too much money when you're in college. The second reason why, so my goal is to sell 10K in August. And my main reason why I want to do this is because, first of all, if I sell 10 grand, I'll make 5 grand, which would be nice. But second of all, if I sell $10,000 of Cutco in August, I know for a fact that Caleb Stevenson is going to sell $10,000 of Cutco in August because he's been talking smack to me ever since we've been working together that thinks I'm rusty, I'm washed up, my sales skills aren't here anymore. So I know that if I sell 10 grand, he's not gonna sell less than me. And once he sells 10 grand, he'll earn the company trip. And I also know that Alex Van Slyke, he's already 8 grand in front of me. So he's gonna sell, if I sell 10 grand, he's not gonna let me pass him up. And when I sell 10 grand, the entire Skyway division managers will be in Australia and New Zealand together. So that is my number one motivator, is because I want every manager in the Skyway division to be in Australia and New Zealand. It's not for personal reasons. That's, you know, I guess I want to hang out with them more, but I want every manager in the Skyway division to be in Australia and New Zealand. That's my number one reason why I want to sell 10 grand. I had a demo at 8:15 this morning. I shared that with my customer. So share your reasons why and share your goals with your customer. Okay. It's very important. They're going to like you more when you do that. Another reason how you go all in August is you have a lot of people to call. So if you have, 500 people in the Vector Impact app, great. You can never have too many people to call. Well, you're exactly where you should be if you have 500. If not, recommendations is how you get more. Or you can rebuild your names list. I literally called my friend, my fraternity brother on Wednesday, asked for his mom's phone number. He already know I did Cutco. It was a 2-minute conversation. He just texted to me. I have a demo with her tomorrow at 6. So you always rebuild your names list, but also get good at recommendations. Shout out Alex Funk. Appreciate you, Alex. You're one of the most influential people in the Skyway division. I love working with you. He created a YouTube channel. Alex, do me a favor after my talk. Could you post your YouTube channel in the chat? Check this out, everyone. There's videos on phone calls, like lists, building rapport, sharing your goals. Watch the recommendations video by Alex Funk. I believe it's the third one. Excuse me. Talking about virtual recommendations. It's amazing. So please watch that video and get good at recommendations. What I like to say is if people like you, they like Cutco, and they had a lot of fun in the demos, then yes, they'll want to recommend all their friends. So make sure you're doing that. They're going to like Cutco. All you got to do is tell them about it. The thing I learned about me is the more people know about me, the more they like me. So tell them about yourself and then just have a lot of fun because then they'll want to recommend your friends. You also need to have a schedule. You need to use it. So I like to write things down. I have a passion planner. So my schedule, you can see it has, every day of the week, 30-minute slots. It has a checklist down here so it's like you can use that. So have a schedule and use it. When you have your schedule, you need to put things in there in a certain order. So go ahead and write these down for me, everybody. You have your have tos, your need tos, should do's, and want tos. So shout out Casey Cooper for giving me tips on this. Your have tos are things you have to do. So class is something you have to do. Sleeping is something you have to do. There's no wiggle room really on time for that, Your should do's or your need tos is next. So the team meeting is something that, it should be a have to, but it's a need to. There's a little bit of wiggle room, but not much. Your should do's is like laundry. You should do laundry. Okay. And then your want to's is like going to Lollapalooza. That's something you want to do. If it doesn't happen, it's not a big deal. Yeah, it's going to be more fun, but put those in your schedule. You need to put your have to's in first. Class, sleep, things you have to get done. Your need to's in next. Demos, team meetings, personal things in your life. Should do's is something, church, other things is Champs Club is something you should do. Something you have to do, it's something you should do. Your want to's go in last. Now, just so you know, you got to prioritize your want to's every once in a while to make your schedule fun. Okay. But that's how you put them in your schedule is your have to's first, your need to's next, your should do's third, and your want to's last. Okay. When you put in your schedule, it makes it a lot easier. So what you need to do is it takes 5 days to plan out. It takes 5 minutes to plan out a day. So tonight before you go to bed, spend 5 minutes planning out tomorrow. Do that every day. Every night before you go to bed, 5 minutes plan out the next day. It takes 1 hour to plan out a week. You put in your schedule and plan it. And then you need to make a plan and stick to it. So talk to your manager and ask them what it's going to take you to hit your goal. They can help you with that. So talk to your manager and help them help you by holding you accountable. So what this is going to, okay. I'm missing a slide, I feel like. Guess not. So when you do all this, it's going to set you up for something big in August. You're going all out in August. What's going to allow you to do? It's going to allow you to ball out in August. This is what me and JD did back in 2019. We were assistant managers. All we did was ball out. If you remember the Bloomington branch, when we give our sales report, we would say we just ball out all summer. And that's what we did. I made over 20 grand last summer, and I probably made about 10 grand in August. So go all in August because that's money month. It's going to set you up for success in your fall semester. And another thing is, it's all these little decisions that help you towards your goal. It's not that big final decision on the last day of August, on the day before the scholarship, the night before your test. It's not the decisions then that help you hit your goal. It's the decisions now. It's all those little decisions that either help you go towards your goal or steer you away from your goal. So if you are in the top 50 for this, I should say this, if you're in the top 100 for the scholarship race, there's one little decision that you always have to make. Or I should say this, there's one little decision you can never make. You can never decide, I'm going to make phone calls tomorrow. So it's like, if you plan out with your manager and you say, I'm going to make 20 phone calls on Sunday night, I'm going to make this here, you have to do it. Because here's an example for you. Let's say you're supposed to make 10 phone calls Monday. You're like, I don't really want to, motivation. There you go. You need to be committed. I don't really want to. I'll do it tomorrow. Tuesday rolls around. I don't want to do it today either. I'll do it tomorrow. When it's Wednesday, it's like, you know what? Team meetings tomorrow. Just do it on Wednesday. Well, there's 30 phone calls you missed. Let's say on those 30 phone calls, those bad answering results, you only book 3 demos, the 10-1 rule. Let's say you only book 3 demos off of those 30 phone calls. Those 3 demos can make the biggest difference in the world. Let me tell you what 3 demos made the biggest difference in the world for me. When I was coming back, I went on vacation in 2019 when I won my scholarships. Driving back from Maine, Carson, you'll remember this, I was making phone calls in the car to book demos with my dad, my sister, my brother. I was making phone calls in the car to book demos. I got back Saturday night, I had 3 demos Sunday. I sold 889 CPO. I looked it up this morning. Sold 889 CPO. It was a good day. I got 40 recommendations. I got 15, 15, and 10. I got 40 recommendations. And I'm telling you, I was looking at it. One person released those, 15 recs. I did demos with 5 of those people, a homemaker set, 2 homemaker sets, and then 3 likeless. And that's how I won the scholarship in the fall. So those 3 demos can be exponential to you hitting or not hitting your goal. Okay, so go all out in August, that way you can ball out in August. I know that Baller Pro over there in Fargo, he's gonna be balling out with the Fargo office. I also know that Elliott and the Stillwater branch, they aren't going to let Fargo office ball out more than them. Zach Moulder's been balling out. Did you guys see his sales report yesterday? He's been balling out. But guess what? The Champaign office, we're balling out after today after the meeting. So we're gonna be catching up to those offices that are in front of us because we're gonna be balling out today. So go all in August. That way you can have the fall that you want. Thank you.
Awesome. Let's give him some magic hands, some round of applause. You can tell, by the way, that Connor's evolution in the business is because he reaches out often. He's referencing so many different people and, hey, I took this, I got this. And, the top people in the business are typically really well connected. That doesn't happen by accident. What I mean by that, I don't mean well connected in their personal lives. I mean, they're connected to many people in the organization. And I want to encourage everybody here that if you want to get certain results, it's finding people that get those results and then befriending them, asking questions, right? Trying to get their contact information. It's like, that's what Connor's done. That's what many people in my organization have done. And, when he's giving you tips on how to win scholarships, it's like 3 for 3 is first full year selling Cutco. There's not, you can't do it any better than that. And so he had a lot of great things in there in terms of, reasons why and how-tos and all that. So hopefully you got some great things from Connor. Go ahead and throw a comment in the chat on a takeaway from what you got from Connor.